Hey everybody, G's Tropical Palms here with another video. I know it's been a super long time since I made a video, but today I thought it would be a great idea to do a full garden tour for the month of August. And I can't believe it's August already. The summer has flew by and it's almost going to be fall. So I hope you're all having an amazing summer, and let's jump right into it. And to start this tour off, I decided to start on the patio. And as soon as you walk out the door, on the right side here, we have 3 tomato plants in here. And I know it doesn't look like it, but there are 3 in here. And these are called Better Boy tomatoes, and they grow so fast. Not just these kind of tomatoes, any type of tomato plant will grow really, really fast. And as you can see, we have lots of tomatoes on here, and they're starting to ripen up and turn red. And there's so many on here. Like, we have, if I had to guess, probably like maybe 16 tomatoes on here, which is great, but they just grow so fast, and it's a great addition for your garden. And I have it in a raised bed just because I don't want animals or, lots of bunnies or deer coming in here and eating them. So it's good to have a raised bed. And right here we have the hose to water my plants. And then we have this yellow begonia in a pot here, which adds a very nice touch of color to the patio. And right here we have an outdoor sitting area, which is really nice in the summertime. And then on the left here we have a lobelia plant, and for some reason it looks like it's really, really dry. And I don't know why. I've been watering it like crazy, but it just looks like it's really dry. It is flowering, but it just kind of looks dry, but looks really nice. And have it on a raised hook here, because usually these are above the ground. And over here we have a majesty palm tree right next to the grill. Got this at Lowe's, and it has tons of new growth on it. This is a new leaf right here, and it's got a new spear coming up. It looks so good. Had these in really nice black pots as well. And right over here we have this little watering can light that is solar powered by the sun, and my grandma got me this actually, and it's really, really cool. This spiral is to act as water, and it lights up at night, which is super cool, which also adds a really nice touch. We have a lot of these lanterns too. And we got some wind chimes right here. These little lanterns around the patio, which adds a nice glow in the night. And we have these really, really big arborvitae trees. These are really, really tall, and these are probably like at least 15 feet now. I remember when I was really, really little, these were like maybe 4 feet, 5 feet, but they've grown a lot. And over here I just have a bunch of potted stuff. Another majesty palm right here, which, as you can see, it has a burnt leaf right here. I think this was from the colder nights back in May, because we bought this at Lowe's during May, and I think we had some nights that were still on the colder side and not in the 60s yet. It was still in like the 40s, which may have caused this, or it could have just been dry. I really don't know, but another very nice majesty palm. And right here I have a Mexican fan palm, or Washingtonia robusta. It's got tons of new growth on it. This is new, and then this is new. I got this from a nursery in Texas, and it was really, really small. I remember being a lot smaller than this, but we upgraded it into a nice pot. This is from Sunburn, I believe, but it looks really, really nice, and another nice plant to have on the patio. And then right here, this is called the Mazzari palm, and I got this from the Botanical Gardens in Coral Gables, Florida. The executive director I'm great friends with, he actually gave me this and wanted me to take this home on the plane. So it's really, really cool. They are native to like the deserts of like Pakistan, I believe, around there, and it's got this like bluish green color to it, and it looks really, really cool. And it has some dead leaves on it, but that's okay. They're very drought tolerant. They actually don't like rain, so that's why I kind of hold off on watering it. And then right next to it, I have this oleander plant that I also got from Lowe's, which has buds on it like crazy. And here's some of them when they're fully out. And the best way I can describe it, it smells like sweet vanilla. It's actually a very pleasant smell to it. So that's the patio pretty much. And now let's get into the actual garden part. So starting things off with my biggest palm tree. This is one of my windmill palm trees, and it is so big. I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but I think the top of it is around 7 feet. So it is way past me now. I'm 6 feet, so this thing is definitely taller than I am at this point. But it has tons of new growth. And as you can see, here's my hand compared to one of the fronds. It's just absolutely massive. And it's got tons of new growth coming up. And the trunk is also really, really big. This trunk is definitely like 3 to 4 feet, I'd say. Maybe the trunk is at least 4 feet now, and it's getting so big. The only winter damage I've had from this are these yellow and burnt tips from touching the outer part of the box, but that's pretty much it. It looks really, really good, and such a nice addition to the garden. And over here is my other windmill palm tree, which is not as tall. This one's around maybe my height. This is around 6 feet, so it's not as big, but it's still really, really big. The trunk is definitely not as big, but it's around maybe 3 feet. And again, this is like the only damage I've had all winter, is like these like burnt tips. But there was some worse fronds in the past that I cut off, but tons of new growth on this, and it looks really, really good. These things have grown so much, and I'm really, really happy with these. I planted these back in May of 2022, and they've grown so much. Looks really, really good. So let's head on over to the flower bed area. So coming around the corner here, this is my flower bed. And I think this looks really nice because last year nothing was in here, and just this year I planted all of this in here, and I think it turned out really, really nice. So I'm gonna start on the right side over here. These are elephant ears, and they look super cool looking. They're huge. This is the size of my hand compared to it, and they are just a very cool tropical looking plant that goes well with really any garden. And I highly recommend these. And for all of these plants in this video, by the way, I will put zones and their hardiness, just so you know if you can grow them in your zone or not. So yeah, anyway, these are just, I love them. They're getting really big. These are bulbs, so you just plant them in the ground, and you have to dig them up, unfortunately, here in at least my zone, but you can like dig them up, bring them inside for the winter, and then plant them back in the ground in the spring. So next we have some bee balm, and it smells so fragrant. It's just a very fragrant flower. I really like the color. It's just a dark purple. And the best way I can describe it, it smells like rosemary. I mean, I don't know why, but it smells so good. And this attracts bees, hummingbirds, butterflies. This whole thing is just a very popular spot for all sorts of insects, which is really good for the environment. And right here we have some coneflowers. And as you can see, they are chewed because a deer, I think was a deer, came through here and chewed these off. Or could have been a bunny, but unfortunately they're kind of half chewed, but that's okay. They'll come back next year. And right here, this is a plumeria, which is a very tropical flowering plant. And I found out about this plant from New York Tropical Gardens YouTube channel. So Tim, thank you for introducing me to this plant. I'm really curious to see what color I get, because I ordered this off of Fast Growing Trees, and it said it's a mystery color. So I really don't know what type of flower I'm gonna get, but it's doing really, really well. These are all new leaves right here. The only leaves that it came with was this one and this one. It only came with 2 leaves, but these are all new leaves, and it looks really, really good. And I know they trunk out too, so I'm hoping I'll get like a double-headed one, which would be really cool. And behind it, I have a butterfly bush. And as you can see, they're like small purple flowers, also a very fragrant flower. I totally recommend all of these because these are perennials, at least in my zone, 6B, and they work super well. And it just smells so good. This also attracts bees, hummingbirds, butterflies, all sorts of stuff. And right here is a phlox. It's a coral sunset phlox, which unfortunately, again, got chewed off by a deer or a rabbit. I really don't know what came through here, but I just woke up the next morning and then this was chewed and the coneflowers were chewed. So I think it's it had flowers on it, but at least there's some right there, but I think it's done for the season. I'm not really sure if these are new flowers or they're just dead. I don't know, but we'll see. What's nice is that these all come back next year, so hopefully they'll come back strong in the spring. And then this is my favorite, I think, out of the whole flower bed. These are hibiscus, or this is a hibiscus. These are hardy hibiscus, which are actually hardy to our zone. These are hardy down to zone 5, and they just look so cool looking. They're so big, as you can see, it's like literally the palm of my hand, and it's got tons of buds on it. I mean, there's so many flowers on here that have yet to come. This is opening up, and these are opening up as well. So I think it's a really good addition to the bed here. It looks super good. And the trunk, or the stem here, holy cow, it's so thick, really thick. And then just some more elephant ears over here. These are getting very big as well, and it's nice to have them on the corner here. They add a nice touch. So that is the flower bed, and let's continue with the tour. Okay, this is easily my favorite part of the garden tour. This is a 10 by 12 area of dirt, and I don't know if you remember, but in previous videos this was on video for a very short moment, but if you saw it, there was nothing in here. So this year I decided to plant a bunch of tropicals in here just because last year I didn't have enough time to finish it, but now it is filled with tropical plants and it looks so good. And as you can see, I have these lights here that light up at night, and they shine right below the bases of the palm trees to give that uplighting effect, and it looks so good. So starting on the very right side here, we have a pindo palm right here. The scientific name for this is Butea capitata, and this right here is a new leaf right here. It has tons of new growth coming up. If I can get in here, it's hard to see, but I think right here is a new leaf as well. It looks super good, and I know these are native to like the mountains of like Argentina and stuff, but they look really good. It's a pinnate species, and it's a feather type of palm tree because there's fan and feather, and the pindo palm is a feather. And it looks super good. I got this off of Fast Growing Trees, and here's a close-up of the trunk right here. Looks super nice. And I know these get super big, so I'm gonna have to do a good job at covering this in the winter time. And these are hardy down to 15 degrees, I believe, so it's definitely manageable. Up next is the Sable Minor McCurtain, and this is a ecotype from the southeastern corner of Oklahoma, and that county is called McCurtain County, so that's why they named it the Sable Minor McCurtain. And I heard this is even hardier than the original Sable Minor, but my friend Dom gave this to me, and he's been getting into palm trees too, and it has new growth right here. New leaf, and I know sables take a very long time to grow. They're super slow, so it's gonna stay small for a long time, but it's a very nice hardy variety of palm tree, and I'm actually surprised a deer hasn't come through and ate it yet, but it's doing really well. The trunk's very small, but I'm very happy with this, and I'm glad I planted it. It was originally in a pot, and it looks really nice. So next up is the famous Washingtonia robusta. This is another very popular palm tree. These are the types of palms that you see lining the LA streets, and they get super tall. They can get hundreds of feet tall. But I also got this off of Fast Growing Trees. I purchased it as a 7-gallon, and it's got tons of new growth on it. It has this one, and it's now working on its third. It came a little damaged. It has some yellowing and some browning, but that's fine. Every single shipping when it comes to plants is gonna have some sort of damage. So I'm very pleased with it. It looks super good, and I know these are also very drought tolerant, and we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, and it has been dry, so I'm sure all these plants in here are gonna appreciate the rain, but it looks super good. And let me show you the trunk right here. Super thick trunk, but yeah, it's been a great palm, and I'm very pleased with it, and I just can't wait to see it continue to grow with the next month we have before the cold comes and in the future. So next to it we have 2 Japanese fiber bananas. These are called Musabaju bananas, and they have new growth on it. This is a new leaf right here. Same thing with this one. This was its first that it's produced, and then this is its second, and now it's working on its third. And I've seen some very mature specimens get up to like 16 feet tall. They get so big, and usually they have pups. So I have no pups yet, so we will see what happens, but I can't wait to see these things get really tall. But so far, they've just been kind of slow this year. I'm not really sure, so that's just because they've just been, you know, establishing their roots and everything, but they're still growing, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'm very happy with these. They're very tall, and they add a nice tropical look to them. And right over here, we have a Tetrapanix papaphyra. This is a rice paper plant, and I know New York Tropical Garden, Tim, he also has one of these in his garden too, and his is way bigger than mine. He's got his in a pot, but I decided to plant it, and it's been doing good. It's got 2 new leaves on it. This is the new one right here, and then now it's working on this one. So it's been kind of growing slower than I liked, but it's doing well. It's got a nice trunk to it. I got this from a nursery in North Carolina, so it's really cool looking. I like how soft the leaves are. It's got like this white powder on it. I'm not really sure if that's like normal, but it's really cool looking. It's another tropical plant, and I know they use paper. This is how they make paper from this plant, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this, and I can't wait to see how big it gets, because I know these get super large and they get tall too. So we will see what happens with that. Next up, we have the pygmy date palm, and I also got this off of Fast Growing Trees, and as you can see, I got a double. I usually like double. I don't really like triples or quads just because of how large they are, and they're a pain to cover. But all of these plants, this is their first time in the ground, so I'm really hoping this winter will be successful. But I do know that the pygmy date palm is easily the least cold hardy palm tree in this whole entire bed, so I'm really hoping it'll survive the winter. But it's got tons and tons of new growth. It just pumps out fronds like crazy. But you see these all over South Florida, and they just add a super nice tropical vibe to the area, or to anywhere really. But it's so cool to be growing these in New York. I love it. So that's really cool. I do know pygmy date palms do grow quite a bit in terms of width and height, so I'm hoping it doesn't take up too much space for the other plants in here. But yeah, I'm very pleased with it. And I do have some yellowing on here from shipment, so I can just cut those off, but they're not fully yellow. They're half green, half yellow. But yeah, I'm very happy with this plant. It looks so nice. So up next is the Yucca filamentosa, and this is a Adam's needle yucca, and I do know these are super hardy, down to like -30, but it looks super nice. It's got tons of new growth on it, and it's very sharp and spiky. But I do know that these have really nice white flower stalks, and they're all over my town, and they just look really, really nice. And since it's its first year in the ground, it probably won't have any flower stalks until next year, but it looks super nice, and I'm hoping that it will produce the stalks next year, and it just looks very tropical and adds a nice touch. And lastly, this is the Mediterranean fan palm, or Camerops humulus, and I have 3 trunks on mine, and it has tons of new growth on it. It's actually starting to produce like actual fronds now. I know the smaller one still has the small leaves, but eventually it will have actual fronds. But it's been a very nice middle plant for this whole area, and it just looks really nice. It has tons of new growth, and it's another one of these types of palm trees that has those spikes on it. So you got to be careful. But anyway, that is the whole entire garden area. So this wraps up the August garden tour. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please consider liking and subscribing and supporting my channel. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. I had a fun time recording it and showing you the full garden. And I will hopefully have more videos coming up very soon. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.